Hey, fellow babies, welcome back to Pachter Factor on SIFTD.net. I appreciate it if you are a Patreon patron. We are getting paid. You're keeping Shane supplied in macaroni and cheese. If you are a Twitch member and an Amazon Prime member, you can link those two accounts and we'll get paid from Amazon. It costs you nothing, so please do that. If you are subscribing on YouTube, you're getting this real time, so thank you for that. If you are doing none of the above, you are watching us a week late. And the cost of admission is a follow on Twitter at Michael Pachter. Today's question from YouTube from Thomas Harrison Lord. What a great name. I've noticed that with many upcoming cross-gen games, mentions of smart delivery have almost completely disappeared. Do you think that free next-gen upgrades for cross-gen games have come to an end? Were expectations set too high out of the gate? Why do you think that they're sunsetting the feature so quickly? I didn't notice, so good question. And I don't know that they have abandoned the feature. I think that the publishers, probably championed by Take-Two with their $70, next gen games, have learned that consumers are willing to pay that. And so I think that Activision and EA offered up the initial games as if you buy it on PS4 to work on PS5, so that kind of smart delivery concept. But I think they're all holding out that maybe they can charge $70 for next gen. And I think that Take-Two in particular with Grand Theft Auto in the PS3 to PS4 transition found they were able to sell the game twice. So I think that everybody, the publishers, it's a profit deal. They're in the business of selling games. And I think they would like to sell it to you a second time. Take-Two's bringing out Grand Theft Auto 5 again on next gen. They're not giving it to you for free if you bought it on PS3 or PS4. You're going to buy it again. So, I think that this is one of those Microsoft wish lists that they wanted everybody to adopt smart delivery. It didn't happen. And so, I don't know how to answer it, but it doesn't work unless the vast majority of the content creators and publishers are willing to allow it to work, and they weren't. So I think that's the answer. The simple answer is greed, and greed is they're public corporations. They're paid to generate profits, and their shareholders expect it. And if they can make more money selling you the same game on multiple consoles, they will do so. So I think that's the answer. And sad. I really think people should just buy something once and they should be able to watch it. But I think the attitude of the publisher is keep your PS4 and play the PS4 version to your heart's content. But if you want it on PS5, you got to buy it again. So I understand both sides. I think it's consumer friendly to allow smart delivery. It is publisher friendly to allow them to charge twice, and the publishers get to make that decision. And consumers haven't risen up and protested. So again, I answered a question earlier about crunch time. Instead of worrying about whether the people who create your games experience crunch, you should be worrying about your pocketbook. And, I guess the answer is if you pay for the same game twice, that allows the publishers to hire more people and avoid crunch. If you pay for the same game once, the publisher has to, figure out a way to pay for the next generation version. And if they're not getting more money from you, then they have to crunch their people more. So it's a feedback loop. And if you pay more, they'll have more to hire more people and create more content. I don't know that Microsoft was able to control what the publishers did. It's sort of like MSRP $59.99. I think that you get that and they recommend it, and then you get one guy, Take-Two, who bucks it and says, nope, $69.99. And there hasn't been a game, console game price increase since 2005. So it's been 16 years. We're raising the price $10. There's a whole lot of logic there. It makes sense. And you are getting much better games now than you did in 2005. The bait and switch is that smart delivery was like MSRP. The S stands for suggested. And the manufacturer, Microsoft, suggested that the publishers deliver via smart delivery. They can't force them to. It's actually against the law in the US for the console manufacturer to tell the publishers what to charge. And that case was well decided back in the day. Apple tried to tell TV streaming companies that they could only charge $1 per episode for The Sopranos. and HBO, said, screw you, it's $2 an episode. And Apple's like, okay, because they can't tell you what to do. They can't say everything is 99 cents and it's now $1.29, but they suggest it. You can charge what you want. And I think that they got enough pushback from publishers that smart delivery didn't take off. It's not Microsoft's bait and switch, and it's not Take-Two's bait and switch. They never promised it. So Take-Two is just maximizing their profit. And to be honest, if you don't like what Take-Two's doing, don't buy their games. And if you buy their games, you're reinforcing that you're fine with that. So I think Take-Two has gotten enough feedback from consumers they're willing to pay $70 that I don't fault them for trying. I mean, so I think ultimately you're going to see $70 across the board. Thanks for joining us on Pachter Factor on SIFTD.net. We appreciate your patronage on Patreon. We appreciate that you've linked your Twitch Prime account to your Amazon Prime account. It's easy to do, and directions are in the show description below. If you are subscribing on YouTube, you're getting this real time. Thank you. If you are doing none of the above and watching us for free a week late, you must follow me on Twitter at Michael Pachter. Let me know that I guilted you into it. I'll give you a shout out on Twitter. Thanks again for joining us. We'll see you next time.